We're live. There we go.
Here we are.
We'll see. This one's going to be slow, but it'll kick in eventually. Once it does,
it's like
know.
Viagra.
Yeah, it's
takes a little while, but once it comes on,
yeah, you're not getting rid of it for at least an hour. Yeah. It is a lot like Viagra, our show.
Makes you hard. Makes blood run too.
Well, it's hard to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
No.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Yay! And then space.
What does that do? Did that blow your mind?
That just happened. This corner weighing in at 180 pounds. Darkness, everybody!
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth.
Bunch of fucking amateurs. Am I wrong? No. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay then.
Hail to the king, David.
Yeah, fuck it, dude.
Let's go bold.
If you tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. We'll come back by tonight. Okay.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt.
And today is the 27th of January.
It is.
You know what this reminded me of when we pause when we do that part?
What's that?
Well, first, before I get to that, Motley Crue is doing their last tour finally. Thank God.
Is it really their last tour?
Alice Cooper is touring with them.
Alice Cooper.
Who is like, what the fuck is going on?
It's playing the song already.
Oh.
It's like, take a break! We're tired of your shit already.
You were late. Yeah. So
our show is telling us that we're bad. Our own damn show.
That's how you know you're good. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, Alice Cooper is touring with Motley Crue. It's Motley Crue's farewell tour, but Alice Cooper has been playing for like twice as long as they have. Yeah,
really?
He's accompanying them on their farewell tour.
But he's the opener.
Yeah, yeah.
So then they come on, they're like, hey, let's do Shout the Devil or something.
Yeah, right,
whatever
right.
they do.
Right.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
They go home.
Yeah, then they go home.
They're done.
And
Tommy
then-
Lee spins around on his drum set. He's
Yeah,
like,
then
"Help!
they start playing
I have
like
vertigo. I would love this. I would pay the ticket price to see that.
to seem like a nauseous from vertigo.
Oh god, yeah.
He's getting old, and if he's on a bad trip or something like that, that's not hard to do. But anyhow, so this thing that we do like this reminds me.
Oh, the pause thing.
Yeah. We were watching Cube last night. You ever seen the Cube before?
Oh my god, I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen all the important parts of it.
Yeah.
But I really want to go back and rewatch it.
Oh
'cause
man,
I saw it when I was a kid, but that movie freaks me the fuck out.
why?
It's creepy. Holy shit.
It's kind of like, it reminds me of like Saw meets kind of like
like Labyrinth.
what was it fucking no, that movie with Tony Shalhoub in it. 13 Ghosts, is that what it was
Yeah,
called?
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like
It
that.
kind of is, yeah. It's a precursor to that. It was actually like an indie movie that was made.
It was in the 90s
on the
though that they
cheap.
did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They made it in like one stage and they just, redid it for every scene
right.
because it all takes place inside this like creepy cube thing that's
Yeah.
these people don't know why they're there. And then every time they go in there, like something's out to kill them in the cube. Like
Well, yeah,
a
there's
trap.
different doors have different rooms. They like they're different colors and everything. And there's there's a code that they find out. And then little one by one, it starts out, I think it's like 3 people or 4 people in a room. And then one by one, they get another person added. And then another person added. And I
Then
think
they start losing people.
yeah, then they start losing. Well, they lose the one guy in the beginning. And then
Yeah,
after
just
that,
to force it in your face like this is all deadly.
yeah, and he's like an escape artist too. He's the one. He's the first guy who dies.
It's always like the main hero type person.
Yeah,
that dies first.
He's the dude who's like the smartest about everything or whatever, and he thinks that he has it all figured out. He apparently escaped from a bunch of prisons and stuff like that.
Okay.
So he's like an escape artist, and he's older. He's like in his like late 50s, 60s, something like that.
Mhm.
And you can tell like he has his shit together, and then he's dead. He gets acid poured in his face, and then he just dies. But
sucks.
yeah, so the black guy in that movie, that's all I told Kara. I was like, what year did this movie come out? She's like, I don't know if it was the late 80s or the early 90s. It was like, that black dude's dead in about the next 30 seconds.
I
And
think
he ends up living through the whole thing. Almost. Well, yeah, I think he does.
No, that was the thing in the movies back then. It was like final 3,
Mhm.
and it was always the hero guy
Mhm.
or whoever is the main type person, and then the main lady
Right.
and the black guy.
Mhm.
Black guy was always number 3.
Yeah.
Like think of Samuel L. Jackson, right?
Yeah. Right.
Like, hold on your butts, and then his arm flopping on this fucking fence thing where the Raptors got him. But he dies real late in the movie, and he's like the third to last guy to die. I think a couple others.
Yeah, but that's 90s. That's what in the 80s the black guy died early, and then in the 90s they started lasting longer.
Yeah. In the I just rewatched the. I remember last week I said I watched the remake of the thing.
Yeah.
I watched the original thing the other day because I really want to see it again.
Yeah.
And the Keith David lives till the end of that one.
Yeah, well, it's
But he
not,
might
it's
be
not a
a
hard and fast
thing.
rule, right? Exactly. Yeah,
But one of the other black guys lives all the way up to towards the end.
yeah.
There was more like the black guys never always made it for sure. They
Mhm.
never always made it
Yeah.
unless it was like Black Panther,
Yeah, yeah.
Black Dynamite, whatever the fucking black
Yeah,
action hero.
black exploitation movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there's the black guy in the movie. He overacts the fuck out of that entire
really?
thing. And every time he gets mad, his eyes get all wide, and he does like this thing where he tilts his head back and he looks down at people, and he does this where he puts his hands out like this. Oh, he's talking to him.
I'm remembering this while
So,
you're doing it.
Yeah, so he's like, "There's no need to get upset. Just calm down."
Did you recognize him? Who he was?
No, I don't think I've ever seen him from
I don't think
anything
he's-
before.
Yeah, I don't think he's none of them were established people. Doesn't the retarded guy is the only guy who makes it out? Is that how it ends?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the lady makes it all the way to the end, right?
The
They figure it out.
younger girl, yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
she's like a math major or something like that
Mm-hmm.
in college, and then it turns out that the other kid is, I guess he's like majorly autistic or something like that,
Mhm.
and so his brain is, because she's like yelling at him like, "There's no way for me to figure this out. It would take a supercomputer," and then he like starts spitting out the numbers.
Yeah, he starts doing it and
Yeah.
he figures it out.
Yeah,
and
'cause
then,
it's,
don't
I
you get
guess-
killed by a trap though at the end?
No,
Or
no. What
they
they,
get separated?
what they end up doing, spoilers, is at the very end of the movie, the fucking black guy, there's this older lady who's taking care of the autistic dude before they
Mhm.
find out that he's a supercomputer,
Yeah.
and she volunteers because she's the lightest out of everybody to, like, they end up getting to the edge of the cube.
Yeah.
But there's no door or anything. It's just a straight drop down. So they tie all their sweatshirts or whatever together, and she like spelunks out, and then she like pushes like 2 times, and then she's like, "All right, hold on, I'm going to do it one more time." And she pushes one more time, and they lose the sweatshirts, and so she starts falling out. So like the black cop guy, he like dives out the hole and grabs her hand, and then he's just like staring at her, and then he shakes his head, and then he lets her go. And it's like,
Jeez.
it's like she slipped.
Bitch slipped, but I got her wallet. Oh, that slippery old bitch. $2, fuck.
Chicken's on me tonight. Yeah. So the guy then, like, they slowly put 2 and 2 together and realized that he dropped her,
Right.
and he starts going crazy with this other guy who apparently he's an engineer, and he's responsible for making the outer layer of the cube.
Oh, okay.
And he explains to him how big it is and everything. So then they calculate how many cubes, and then they realize that they end up back in the cube that they started in after he starts beating the shit out of this guy.
Yeah, because there's a dead guy in that cube. They see him
And they
they're
get
like,
back. That's
"What?"
the escape artist who got his face eaten by the
Yeah.
acid. So then the guy who built the cube, he starts laughing or whatever, and he's like, we're right back where we started again. And then the girl who's the mathematician, she realizes that all the cubes, like, it's a big machine, and that the cubes are actually moving around like
Right,
a clock. And so then she looks at the numbers again and realizes that it's a sequence, like it's not just an XY. It's not just it's like to powers as opposed to just like the prime numbers. Like
Right.
things that aren't prime numbers are safe rooms to go in.
Oh, okay.
So then they go in and they finally get to the end there, and he's like gonna like try and he beats the shit out of the guy who built the cube, and then they're going into the one room, and then he like closes the door on the guy's like the black guy's neck, and so he's like, and he's still fighting it to try and keep him from killing him with this door, and then he's like, go. So then the we'll call him the architect, the guy who made the thing.
Okay.
The architect's telling him to just go into the next room so that he can rush over there, and so they put he pushes it up, and then he lets go of the door a little bit, so the guy pulls his head out, and then he pushes the door and turns it and like jams it shut, and then so they like basically lose him, and they find out that they get to this last spot, and once they get there, then they realize that they just have to wait in this room, and it's going to move back into position. It was the first room that they were in that they should have just stayed in that room.
Yeah,
and it would have brought them right back to.
I remember
to
that
exit.
being the ending. I was like,
So-
oh man.
Yeah. So they're waiting in that room, and as the door opens up, then the black guy comes through the off camera. He comes through and he stabs the architect in the back or whatever he took one of the handles off of the doors, and they're sharp on the sides, on the ends, and he stabbed him in the back. And then he's like on the ground or whatever, and then the girl's like goes and tries to attack him, and so he grabs her and stabs her too, and so she's on the ground and she's telling the autistic guy to go. So finally he walks out into the light, and then that's the end of the movie pretty much. Well, no, then the black guy's trying to climb through the hatch too, because it's not like a door that you can walk through. You have to crawl through. It's like a small tunnel space from one room to the other. So the black guy's crawling through the tunnel space to get out into the light, and then the architect gets up. I think it's the architect, or is it the mathematician girl? I think it's the architect. He comes up and he grabs his foot and he holds it until the room moves, and it just like rips his leg off.
Oh man.
So you don't know, like that's what I thought, like, because it, like the blood smear and everything, it was enough for like a leg. It wasn't like it like smeared his whole body across the room.
Yeah.
So I think what happened is that his, he just maybe bled out or something like that. But at the end of the movie, the autistic guy just ends up walking into the light, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the idea is like if the girl just waits there long enough and she doesn't bleed to death, then she'll get out too.
Right. Exactly.
And same with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really creepy movie for me when I watched it, because I was young. That's when I saw it. It was playing on TV or something a couple years after it came out. And I was like, what the hell is this? And they don't explain why they're there.
Right.
There's no reason for it.
No rhyme or
and
reason
it's just
at all.
a room is going to like possibly kill you.
Yeah.
And it was just like tense, it was very suspenseful. And so I always thought it was a kind of a creepy movie.
Yeah.
It was one I always wanted to rewatch after I was older. So
yeah, it's a good one. It's definitely a good
I
film.
rewatched Evil Dead 2 the other day also.
Did you?
Oh, I love that
Very
movie.
good. Oh yeah, that's a
Awesome.
great one.
I forgot how great it is and just how funny and crazy it is and like over the top. Because I saw Army of Darkness the other day.
Mhm.
I rewatched that. And I was like, I want to rewatch Evil Dead 2. And then I remember that one's probably my favorite of all of them.
Yeah, that is a good one.
It's got the best mix
Yeah.
of everything.
Yeah, of the ridiculousness and
The continuity in it doesn't exist.
yeah.
There's
not
no
at all.
continuity.
No.
There's blood smeared everywhere and it's gone. It's like
That's what we were parroting with Hilophobia.
Yeah. That made me think of where we shot a couple scenes where I had to fucking shoot that dead ass skunk.
Yeah.
And then you guys threw all that blood all over
Yeah.
me. I was
Yep.
like, that never came to be anything.
Nope, it's all sitting on my
I
computer
got
still.
covered in fake blood.
Yeah.
Like a crazy asshole.
So, and speaking of which, that's actually the computer that I was talking about last week that we were going to get back up. So-
The old ones.
Yeah. So it's what's going on is when I press the power button, it turns on for like a second and then it turns off again.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, so it must be the power supply. Tried changing out the cord that the plug in to charge the battery up.
Right.
Does the same thing. So I was like, all right. So then I took it out. So I tried switching out the memory. Nope, did the same thing. So I tried taking out the battery and just plugging it in, and wasn't that. So I thought, okay, so I got to go for the big ticket item now and swap the motherboard out. So I went, got it, then ordered a new motherboard. That's what came in last week. Put that in. It's still doing the same thing. So
wow, what the hell?
got a new battery. Still doing the same thing. The only part left that I haven't changed is the CPU, and so that's on the way. So that should be here this week.
You have like a whole rebuilt computer.
Yeah, exactly. If this doesn't work,
this isn't even the same computer anymore.
yeah,
all different
if
parts.
this doesn't work, then it's got to be the plug, and I really hope it's not the plug because that barely costs $1. So hopefully that's not. that would be the
Would you come to find
ultimate
out?
slap in the face.
Like, if that was the case,
Mhm.
would it then necessarily mean that the rest of that stuff that you had bought duplicates for is fine?
What do you mean?
Like your motherboard and like your battery was all fine.
Yes, it would. Yeah,
It was all
yeah.
fine.
Because
You just
if
have all the extra parts.
because I've replaced all the parts and it's still doing the same thing, which means
I feel like you should go with. I feel like in the future, maybe when your process of elimination
Yeah,
should
yeah.
begin with the cheapest thing. Just
well,
to try
I didn't realize that there was a separate plug because most of the time with laptops, the plug that your power cord goes into is soldered onto the motherboard.
Mhm.
This one is in a separate box, and then there's a wire that runs to the motherboard.
And a piece of gum that's
Yeah.
sticking to,
Yeah.
it's sticking to the case. Little note that says like "Be back in 10 minutes." Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
It's still
exactly.
crumpled up inside.
So I don't know. I've tried all kinds of stuff. I just hope that laptop apparently has a bad history, reputation for doing
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, but hopefully next week we'll have that laptop back, and that has all of the original Helophobia stuff
all the
on
old
it.
stuff on
Yeah,
there.
all the Power
Oh,
Director
yeah.
files.
I'd love to see some of that stuff again.
Yeah, it's funny.
Revisit it.
Yeah, it's funny stuff, man.
It's been a long time. I could really use a memory refresher.
Yeah.
But speaking of a sign that says "back in 10 minutes," I went to the mall the other day over the
Mhm.
weekend, and I was like, "It's gonna snow. It's gonna snow."
Right,
Right.
right.
This is everything was like, "It's gonna snow."
Impending
So-
doom.
I go out to the mall, and I was like, what can I do while I'm up at the mall? Because we're gonna go get dinner or something.
Mhm.
And I was like, let's just go up that way, and let's go to the mall. So I brought my watch because my watch broke, and one of the little like pins that keeps the band
Yeah.
on the actual watch part,
Yeah.
just snapped in half or something.
Mhm.
So I just need a new pin. I
Right.
go up to the watch store that's in there. There's only one watch
In
store.
the mall?
Yeah, it's a watch store in the mall.
In the Galleria?
Yeah, have you seen it?
No.
It's on the very end corner over by Boscov's. And it's like on the very bottom floor, just in the corner. It's like, it's just one of those little corner shops.
No, I had no idea that was
So-
there. How long has that been there?
Oh man, it's been there at least a year.
Oh, okay. Well,
So you haven't been probably haven't
no,
been there in a long time.
I don't. I don't.
Have you been there
frequently
since we stopped?
go. Yeah,
going
I
around?
go every once in a while, but very, very seldom, and I'm usually not there very long.
Yeah, it's not. There's nothing to do there except
Well,
for walk around.
Yeah,
and bullshit.
usually the only time we go is if like Kara has coupons or whatever for Kohl's or
Yeah.
places like that.
Yeah. Kohl's will give you coupons for every fucking thing you do.
Yeah,
They'll,
yeah.
they'll give you a coupon just for walking in the door so you can get more shit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
half the shit I own now is from Kohl's.
Yep.
I just keep on buying stuff from them.
Yeah, man, I got a nice rice cooker from them, or
Oh, really?
bed topper,
Oh, fuck yeah.
all kinds of that. Yeah, that rice cooker like they have at the Chinese buffets and stuff like that, like the big circular one. And
Yeah, you showed
open
it
the
to
lid
me.
up.
Oh, the thing's
Thing-
fucking
oh, it's
awesome.
awesome.
I was making rice the other day, and I was like, I really need that thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want it.
Yeah, it makes it. It's so
Perfect.
perfect, and it keeps it too. That's the best part.
Oh, that's
Like
great.
it keeps it warm. So if
Oh,
you want
yeah,
to go
yeah.
back for seconds, it's still warm. You don't
Oh,
have
it's
to
the
warm it
fucking
up again.
Best. Every time they scoop that sticky rice out of the fucking Chinese restaurants, I'm like, I
Yeah.
want to steal that thing.
Yeah,
I want to take it. I want to punch them right in the fucking face, right in their fucking stupid faces, and take it. Not so much. I guess I'll buy it
yeah.
if it's affordable enough. Yeah, I go to Kohl's for that thing
Yeah.
because I got a KitchenAid mixer for Violet for Christmas, and yeah. That's
Oh, that was your bottle. I was like, is there a bowl waiting to charge?
Yeah, that's what's about to happen next. So I go to this watch place, and there's a sign on the door. This place is always open. They never get any fucking business. They're always open.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there before to get my same watch fixed with something else.
Yeah.
And every time I pass it, they're open. There's a sign on the door that says back in 10 minutes. And then it says something like, so-and-so had emergency. You can pick your thing up over at Reed's Jewelers. And then it was like, sorry. And then it was like signed so-and-so.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting there for 10 minutes. And then I go over to the place where they said that they left something. And I was like, hey, do you think you can help me with my watch here? It's broken. They're closed over there. And she said, the lady sliced her hand and she had to go to the hospital. I was like, why does it say back in 10 minutes if you cut your hand clean off and you're like, what do you think it's gonna be fixed in 10 minutes?
I went to go get a butcher's knife to finish the job. Be back in 10 minutes.
God, die.
All right, now I can get back to these watches. Maybe not.
Oh no, this was my watch hand. Ah, the cruel irony.
They just slip off now.
Slide right off of the stump. Covered in blood. Oh god. It was cruel irony.
Yeah. Well, that's terrible.
It sucked, man. I was like, that's the only reason that I'm here. And then I was like, and then of course, didn't have it. So later on in the evening, I was thinking about, I was like, you know what I really need is like every time I play video games, Father always complains that the sound is like, you know, too loud or something like that. She just doesn't want to hear the game.
Mm-hmm.
But and I was like, fine, if you don't want to hear a game, I'll just put my headphones in. But my headphones don't plug into the TV or the PlayStation or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just need like an adapter,
Yeah.
you know, to adapt to the headphone jack. So I'm like, this is a cheap little thing. It's like $1.
Mm-hmm.
So we go out on a quest for it, and nobody fucking has it.
What do
like,
what do you need to go from what to what?
I need to go from the audio, the two left and right audio,
RCA?
to a
RCA to what, an 1/8 inch jack, like a headphone jack, or
Yeah, just
like
regular
1/4 inch,
headphone.
like a guitar cable?
either one, because it actually has an adapter for it.
Okay,
for both.
so yeah, those aren't that hard to find.
Well, Best Buy didn't have them.
Well, the best way to do that is to go
I guess
from
Radio Shack would probably had them.
RCA to 1/4 inch and then get a female adapter.
That's what I was thinking of doing. Yeah. So I go to look for something like that. I go to Walmart, right?
Mhm.
And I went to Best Buy and they were shit. They're shit
No,
out of
they
luck.
don't
They
have
don't
it.
carry it. Walmart was like, no.
Mhm.
But I'm standing by the area, and this guy is like, he's like standing right in front of where we're looking. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he's like, I'm just looking for an antenna. You know, I moved the rooms around a little bit. And he was like, what are you looking for? I was like, oh, this type of thing. He's like, oh yeah, he's trying to help us find it. Then he's talking to us some more, and he's like, yeah, you know, just moving these things around. You know, I don't really watch a lot of TV. He's like, but you know, I just need a little antenna thing. Like, he's like, well, you know, I'm moving out of here in June. I'm taking a bus and I'm going across the country. And I'm like, now I'm in a conversation with this fucking guy. All I wanted was a fucking the cable adapter thing for my headphones. Now I'm talking to this guy, fucking Cornelius the fucking explorer, going after the fucking
Going to
Yeti.
Woodstock.
This guy's like 50, right? His name's Skip.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I know his whole life story now. I know his whole fucking life story because this guy just decides to share everything with me. He's like, my wife, she's around here. She's almost my wife. I'm gonna be proposing to her, but you know, I haven't done it yet. And then we're like, oh, that's nice. And then he's like, she was a gypsy. And I was like, she's a fucking gypsy. Can she tell my fortune? Like, what are you talking about? A gypsy, like a wanderer.
Right.
He said that she was, and then he started sharing everything about her. She used to be 400 pounds. She was literally like 400 fucking pounds. And then she got down to like 120. He's like, how much you weigh? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm sorry, but you know, how much? Yeah, about how much you weigh. He's asking Violet. Violet's like, you know, like 100 pounds or something. He's like, yeah, she's like your size now. Like, and then I saw her, and then she finally came around.
Right.
She didn't look like she didn't look like Fat Bastard after the end of Austin Powers, you know, with the saggy ass skin.
Vagina neck.
Oh my God. But you would think that she would look like that after 400 pounds and then going down to 100 pounds.
Well, that's because you didn't see the back of her. It's all stapled together.
Oh my God.
She looks like a marlin. Got a big fin.
You got threaded beef jerky in your back. You look like a baseball. You just got cross stitches everywhere.
You thought she was wearing a jacket. That wasn't
It was all her skin.
It wraps around twice.
She was showing me, actually, she did have these massive stretch marks because she showed us, she practically like took her clothes off because then she was showing us all of her tattoos, right? She's like, oh, I have the tree of life up here, and the stretch marks were turned into like branches.
Okay.
Which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen them do that kind of stuff before.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd guess that she was that fat. He said he drew this big old fat ass that she got tattooed right on her hand. This guy owned a custom Harley, a custom chopper shop around here, but his business closed, and he was wearing the logo on his shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever heard of it.
What is it called?
Oh, I hope if I remembered, but I wasn't paying much attention to the guy.
I'm too busy looking for my adapter.
Yeah, I was like, where the fuck is the thing I came here for? Not you. I didn't come here to talk to you. And then, of course, me and Violet are like too nice to like cut him off.
Right.
You know, I wasn't going to be like, yeah, I've heard enough, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Chill the fuck out, pal.
Right.
Well, he was talking about things that were interesting to me, though, because he's like talking about music. And then he was like, he rides Harleys. He's got a bunch of Harleys. He was like, I'm still out riding. And I was telling him about my bike. And he told me, he was giving me some tips on what to do with my bike to help me out. Like, he told me that the ethanol like gunks up the tubes
Yes.
of the bike, and that he was telling me a couple places that have ethanol free.
Yes. Over on Route 30 is.
Yeah.
I told you about that too.
Yeah. Well,
Several times.
well, apparently I don't listen because you're not a crazed wolf man.
Yeah, exactly.
Living in the fucking
Right,
Walmart
right,
or whatever,
right.
living
Yeah.
in a bus. I told him about how Aaron and Allie gutted like a school bus. I
Mhm.
thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's an unnecessarily long conversation about absolutely nothing.
It appears so.
Don't know why I was in it.
Yeah, right.
Still don't know why it happened. And he was like, he's like, yeah, you guys are really cool and all. We'd talk to you more and stuff like hang out with you guys eventually, but like we're leaving. We already got too many goodbyes to say. And I'm like, you're not gonna have any goddamn problem meeting anybody.
What does that mean? Too many goodbyes to say? Like at
'Cause-
Walmart?
'cause the man
I gotta say goodbye to people in housewares, shoe department. The
If you-
deli guy
if
is
you
waiting.
were there, you would have definitely thought you would not even be kidding about that.
No, I'm sure.
Because he was just talking about him. I talked to him for an hour. For a whole hour, I was in Walmart talking to this guy. Oh my god! Like he had like serious ADD because apparently he doesn't believe in ADD or the drugs that is supposed to go along with it. Obviously,
Right.
because he's not on any fucking
Right,
thing,
right.
which he should be.
No, it's not real.
He said he made Jay Leno's Sissy Bar because he said he got a commission
Mhm.
or whatever, and he was doing it, and then he didn't know who the buyer was until he got the check that said something about the credit union of like the Tonight Show credit union or something like that. I was like, oh,
Doesn't mean it was Jay Leno's.
well, Jay Leno is like the Tonight Show,
Yeah.
the old Tonight Show guy, and he's a
Yeah.
huge motorcycle enthusiast.
I'm aware of that, but it doesn't mean it was his.
Maybe not. Could have been any other
If
guys.
it's a Tonight Show credit union. The chances are that it's not their only client is Jay Leno. You know.
Yeah, I guess so. But it would just stand to reason that maybe it was. Let's make it. Don't take that away from me,
Jay
'cause
Leno.
that was
It
the one
You're
interesting
exactly
thing
right. It was Jay Leno.
in this conversation.
It was Jay Leno's Sissy Bar. You're exactly
Leno-
right. This guy made it.
Jay Leno was in
loved
his
it.
trailer.
He loved it. He called. He said, "I'm going to call someone from York, Pennsylvania, and I'm going to say, hey, Sasquatch guy who frequents Walmart, would you make me a Sissy Bar? You seem to be the most qualified since you can't seem to find an antenna in the fucking electronics section. Why don't you build me something very complicated that needs to fit a specific measurement on my motorcycle? How about you build that for me?"
Oh man, this man's raised by wolves, and Jay Leno had to make his custom sissy bar.
Yeah, well, I suppose it takes all kinds, as they say.
As as to be expected in Walmart. This is what you run into. So this
Right.
was how my weekend went. I'm trying to think of anything else that was very interesting that happened. Or what? No, that was my whole day.
Yeah.
Whole day was wasted. I got not one goddamn thing done either.
Right.
Not one thing I had planned to do. My watch still broke and I still can't plug my headphones in my fucking TV. Fucking sucks.
Oh man, that's life, man.
Shit out of luck.
Yep, that's how it goes.
What about you?
That's when you turn up the volume on your TV and you say, "I fucking tried. Leave me alone." Got some games to play.
It's mostly because I don't think Violet cares about any other games I play. She'll watch me play them.
Yeah,
But it's because I play Grand Theft Auto 5 now a lot.
yeah,
And every fucking word is a curse word that they say in that. You know how the game
yeah.
is.
So
like,
what?
constantly, like a string of it. But she doesn't, she just gets annoyed with it. That's all.
Why is she dating you then?
I know, of all people, everything I fucking say has the word fuck in it.
You use more four-letter words.
I know, it doesn't make any sense, does it? That's a
Not-
really
not at
good
all.
point. I never thought of it like that. Why do you even like me if you don't like this game?
It bothers you so much.
Oh my god. The game is pretty awesome though.
Yeah,
That's GTA. I mean,
yeah. Well,
kill people, shoot
classic.
them,
It's classic.
blow people up for whatever. It's got a great storyline in that game too.
Yeah.
It's it's pretty cool. But yeah.
What have I been doing? Not a whole lot. We all went out to the bar the other day.
Yeah. Oh man.
Um,
Oh my god, I got really shit faced.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, and then we met up the next morning with Brooke. What else?
I woke up still.
You-
Oh, yeah,
you-
I'll tell that story.
Yeah.
Because we went to the we went to the beer mongers.
We went over to the Cove first.
First we went to the Cove.
And it was comedians. It was stand-up night.
Holy fucking shit.
They were terrible.
It was
terrible.
It was so bad. I never knew it could be that bad. We were sitting back there just being like, when is a good joke coming out?
Right, waiting for one.
I mean, I know like we were joking saying like we could just go up there and do it, but like we probably could go up there and do it better than what those people were.
Absolutely.
It's like if you're listening to this podcast right now and you're not laughing, you would be crying.
It's still
at this
better.
show.
Yeah.
It's still absolutely 100% better.
Yeah.
Because we actually have like I don't know, like an energy.
It's rhythm. It's all about having a rhythm to what you're saying. It's all about being edgy enough. Because that was the main problem I saw with most of the comics is that they were
downright offensive.
They were too enthusiastic.
Well, yeah.
Like chill the fuck out and talk about why you hate yourself so much.
Yeah.
Then we'll laugh at you.
Self-deprecation is important.
Yeah. You need to start out by getting us to laugh at you.
But if you have if you're going to make like jokes where you have energy, they need to be inherently funny. They can't just be like situational. Like, like here's this guy's act. The first guy we watched, he was like, I went to this play, like this English play, and they're all like, I'm a little English boy. And then I was like, I don't know what they're saying because they're all English. And they're like, I'm a little English boy. And then like the stage thing falls on his head and it was like, and his blood's everywhere. And he's like, he's trying real hard to be like, I'm a little English boy. And I was like, I get it. You're an ignorant fucker.
Yeah.
Okay. You're ignorant. And you don't understand accents.
I understand you do not want to be at this play. What does this have to do with your joke? Nothing. Nothing is the answer to this question.
I wish I had tomatoes and cabbage because I would have been.
We should have. We shouldn't have gone to fucking beer mongers. We should have gone to Giant. Come back. We got. You guys, we practice on the skee ball machine and then we throw it.
Once you nail 100 a couple times, you can hit them right in the face.
I got my distance throws down today.
Oh man,
I'm warmed up now.
That would have been great if we could have got the whole crowd involved in it, because they would have. They were piss poor, sad looking.
The only people I heard laughing at the jokes were sitting all the way at the back of the bar behind us. They couldn't even see the stage.
They're probably laughing at their own conversation.
No, the guy was like, "Yeah, that was a funny one." Huh. And then he would repeat the joke that the guy said, and then he would laugh at it. I was like, why are you sitting back here? He was perhaps he thought.
Well, he was going to be a social pariah if he got up close and he was laughing at him. Look at that. Everyone would have came at him with pitchforks.
Right.
This one guy's talking about the Ku Klux Klan and he's black.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny. And trust me, it sounds like a funny premise, but it wasn't funny.
It's the beginning of a kooky Mel Brooks or Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. It's just no, it is a Mel Gibson movie.
Directed by Mel Brooks. Things get really wacky.
Wow, that's quite a team right there. A Jew and an anti-Semite.
Yeah, that is.
Making a film.
Yep.
He's like, Schmoitza, and Mel Gibson's like, I'll kill you. You killed my lord. I'm going to murder you.
I made a film about it. You, sir, are the problem.
Why didn't he make his follow-up to The Passion of the Christ, like the kicking of the Jews, like like the beating of the Jews?
He should have done Passion of the Christ and then Schindler's List 2.
Rise of Hitler.
The prequel, yeah. First Blood.
Oh my god.
They drew First Blood.
Now Hitler's John Rambo.
Fucking Rambo
chasing him
Hitler.
into the fucking oh my god, Stallone is Hitler. He's like, should we change it to German? No, leave it alone. It's perfect.
Just subtitle it.
Just salute him and let it go.
Sieg Heil.
I don't know what he's saying, but I love it.
Something tells me I want to kill a bunch of people. I don't know why. It's got that taste in my mouth. Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Would it now? I take a little. This is a side road, but First Blood Part 2. Shouldn't they just call it Second Blood? I know it's
Second
like 30
Blood,
years
still bleeding.
Third Blood. Can we get a Band-Aid already?
fourth blood, there's definitely some sort of bacterial infection. Fifth blood, I'm starting to think it may be a chronic condition. Oh man.
Six blah. Go blah blah. Question mark.
Oh,
First grave comes after that one.
Seventh blood. First grave. Mm. Yeah.
It's just a series of a man bleeding out.
Yeah, it's like Alfred Hitchcock style where they just hold the shot for way too long. That's the whole movie. Yeah. Oh man.
So what was before the first blood again?
I don't remember. But anyhow, so we were watching those comics and then
The comics were so awful.
yeah, so then finally we were like, okay,
shit.
we're gonna leave.
Everyone was like, we need to get the hell out of here. This
The best part, though, I don't think you guys realized how obnoxious it was because in between comics, the MC was coming up and being like, everybody stop talking while people are on stage. And then the next time she came up, she's like, all right, all you people are punished to all the people who were talking in between while the comics are up here. And then just after she got off stage and said that, you're like, this fucking skee ball machine over here.
Wait, I said that?
And then you guys start playing skee ball. And it's not quiet at all. It's got music. And the music, and you're like, shit, I missed it. You're like yelling.
I had no idea that they were asking people to be quiet. I totally just like shat all over that.
It was amazing. I was so uncomfortable while it was happening because I was like, he's fucking making all this noise and then yelling at people making noise. And then I was like, wait a minute, it's a fucking bar. Who cares?
Oh my god, I wouldn't give a fuck. Even if I did hear it, I would probably still done the same thing.
Yeah.
Because for one, it sucked balls.
Oh, it was terrible.
Nobody wanted to listen. Nobody cared. If they were listening, like if they thought they were at like a slam poetry meeting,
Yeah.
then I understand maybe why they were entertained.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't look like anyone was there having fun,
Right.
except for me and skee ball. Yeah, I saw a skee ball. I remember I saw a skee ball, and I was like, "Oh fuck, they have skee ball." I handed Violet a couple of dollars. I was like, "Here, play some skee ball." And I went to go to the bathroom, and I came back, and I was like, "Did you win?"
Yeah, you yelled it across the room. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. And then eventually we started
yeah.
we started giving sarcastic answers to the comedian jokes, and then we just sort of started yelling things at them,
Yeah.
and then we're like, let's leave.
We had enough of it. We'd had all the fun we could have there.
Yeah. So then we went over to Beer Mongers, and
Beer Mongers was good.
the whole damn clan showed up from
I didn't expect
back
that.
in the days.
That was great. The
Almost
Sables-
all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, most of the people were there. Sables were there. Nick was there.
Stefan.
Stefan was there. Our group was there.
Mm-hmm.
That was mostly it. Then we all played pool.
Yep.
And I had like 3 of these drinks called Insanity,
Yeah.
which was 11.1% alcohol.
I cannot believe you had 3 of those.
I had.
I was telling Matt when I saw him on Saturday, is that when? No, Sunday when we got together.
Yeah.
I was like, I kept looking over and seeing your glass was, had less and less in it. And I was like, oh, good. He's taking it easy on that thing because it's so strong. And then the next morning, I'm like, why are you still fucking drunk? Did you drink more when you got home? You're like, no, I had 3 of those things at the bar. So apparently every time I looked over at your glass, it was a different glass that was also getting shorter and shorter.
Well,
so you were drinking them faster and faster, basically.
I just remembered this, though. I drank all the first one, and I said to you, should I get another Insanity? And you said, fuck no. You're like, they're 11% alcohol. And I said,
Yeah.
I'm not driving. You said, get another one. What the fuck?
Oh.
Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
You were the one who encouraged me to get the second one because I was like, maybe I should stop. And you're like, get another one. You're not driving. And I was like, yeah, I'm not driving.
I don't remember doing that.
I actually only had 2 and a half,
Mm-hmm.
2 3/4, which is Man, those things
Still.
are really heavy, man, because I only had like 2. I was getting like wasted
Yeah.
at the bar. Like we're all playing pool. I mean, I'm having a good time. It's a nice, like clean drunk, but
Yeah.
I can't really tell that I'm like as drunk as I am.
Right.
So we're all having fun. Everybody knows I'm drunk, apparently, because Beth said she knew I was drunk the moment she walked in. Because Beth came and
Yeah,
Nick
see,
came.
you weren't around me a whole lot as the night went on.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
were going. You were
sitting there.
floating around talking to people. That's probably why I didn't realize it because
Yeah.
I didn't really talk to you.
And when I was gone, I kept going up and getting more drinks.
yeah.
So I'd go talk, finish my drink, go up there, but it tasted so good. I couldn't
Oh, it is.
stop.
They're delicious.
Oh, man,
Absolutely.
it goes down so easy.
Yep.
So yeah, we were all drinking, having a good time. Went home. Violet took me home, and I got home. She said I ran right into the wall. Said I couldn't figure out how to open the bathroom door handle. And I was like, I'm not drunk. And I was like, yeah, I am. So she said I woke up in the middle of the night, like coughing, and then going. She was like, oh my God. She's like, he's gonna throw up in the bed. He's gonna throw up in the bed. I'm gonna have to clean it up. And I was like, why didn't you just like leave or move or like push me out or something? She's like, no, I just sat there thinking that.
Why didn't you just get up and move in with your parents? Don't put up with this. Yeah, that I've definitely witnessed you do that before many times.
Oh, go
Yeah.
and then just not do it.
Yeah.
That's weird. Why would I do that? I don't remember.
It's called
it.
dry heaving. It's what
Yeah,
you do when you drink a high alcohol percentage beer
Well, I
because you
guess,
don't have as much alcohol, but your body's like, we have to get this out of here, but the liquid is gone. So
there's nothing left.
so it's trying to throw up alcohol percentage basically. There's nothing to carry it out.
There's no equation that
Yeah.
has a solution.
No, not at all. Like drinking 2 magnums of wine, as I've found out on many
Oh.
unfortunate occasions.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't remember ever doing the dry heaving though.
Well, do
I
you?
guess I've always been passed out when it happens or something.
Oh yeah.
It always happens after.
Well,
I go
yeah,
to
because
sleep.
you usually don't drink high alcohol stuff. You usually drink a lot of beers.
Yeah, I just drink a lot of like low stuff because I like to just do it. I like to just drink. Like
The process, the social process of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really need to get drunk. I need to have a beer in my hand.
Right.
Makes me happy.
Right.
So, but yeah, like I woke up in the morning. This was really crazy. Like I hadn't been like this in a while, but I'd slept for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Woke up at 10 o'clock in the morning. Half of my body was numb. It was numb. Like it was like you know when you fall asleep. Like when your like leg falls asleep.
Yeah.
Half my body was asleep. And I was like, what the hell? I woke up and I was wasted drunk. I was still drunk. I was like, I wasn't like really fucked up, but I was definitely drunk.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? I was like, how am I still drunk? And I just was laughing at every fucking thing. Oh, man.
It's like you had a stroke or something.
That's how it kind of felt like that. But I realized I had just been laying on my side for so long
Oh, okay.
that like I just,
All the blood had left that end.
I guess so. I don't know. It was like I must have just been laying like where I had all this pressure like on that part of my body or something like that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I didn't have a stroke because I tried to do the stroke test. Like I raised my arms in the air. Like I did. I was like, did I have a stroke?
Stroke test.
Yeah.
No stroke.
Because if you do that and one of your arms lowers, then you're having a stroke. If you try to smile and half your face droops like that.
Yes, I'm aware.
So I did the tests. And I was fine. No stroke. I'm good. Either that or I fully recovered from a stroke. I don't know which of the two.
Thank you, Billy Squire. Stroke. Stroke.
Strong hand, stroke me. Strong hand. Because the other one is droopy.
Strong hand, droopy. Stroke. So yeah, that was our entertaining.
It's our weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much it. So I guess we'll take a little musical break here in the spirit of the beauty of chasing that wonderful buzz and not really enjoying the after effects. This one's by the Motorhead Boys. This one is on this one here, and it is called "The Chase is Better Than the Catch." It is off of the Ace of Spades album, and I'm waiting for the damn song to play because this laptop
Come on,
is so
laptop.
slow.
Yeah, this laptop needs to really get a fucking makeover because it's an Acer. Is it the plug?
No. Let's try this again. Here we go.
Hey, there we go.
See you on the other side of the break. All right, and now I find myself in the precarious position to be by myself until Matt comes back, which I hear him in the distance coming back from a long dart break. That's a
I heard a Little Caesars commercial.
that's a Spinal Tap song.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I heard a Little Caesars commercial the other day, and I thought it was Ian McClellan.
Did you?
Not Ian McClellan. McKean.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name?
Yeah, McKean, I think it is.
Something McKean. He's in the Better Call Saul premiere.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's in the whole show. He's his brother.
Is he all fat?
He's heavy, yeah. He got fat.
Yeah, I thought so.
You should watch it though, because it doesn't have anything to do with Breaking Bad. It all takes place before.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Oh,
Stevie Wonder. Hey,
it's
Stevie,
working.
do it.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah!
Weird news.
Weird news on the Kickstart with Matt.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used a wheelchair on me to get the fire off me! Oh, help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. A human torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has bottle-shaped feet.
And now with this week's weird news, here's Matt.
all right. So, in this week's weird news, we're going to start out in Alquippa, PA.
What?
Alquippa, PA.
Alquippa.
Alquippa.
That's where we make the quippas.
Alquipa. Alquipa.
Alquipa. Alquipa with queeping.
yeah,
all
this is-
over the place.
All over the place. So, a Pennsylvania woman has been ordered to stand trial on charges.
On charges.
She stole a police cruiser and led officers on a chase of at least 80 miles per hour while her hands were cuffed behind her.
Wow. Damn. So they got her all the way into the arresting process. And she jumped in the front seat of the car and she was like, I'm hitting the gas. I'm just going to let Jesus take the wheel.
Take the wheel, Jesus. Either that or she was driving with her tits, one or the other. Either way, it must have been quite a sight. Center Township police say 27-year-old Roxanne Reamer was arrested.
Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light.
Ha ha.
Roxanne, you don't have to steal that cop car.
Tonight. She was arrested after stealing earrings from a Kohl's store January 14th.
Should just got the coupon, man. Like we said.
We were talking about this earlier.
You
Just
could
get
have
the
got
fucking coupon.
50% off.
Yeah.
Jesus. Get the Kohl's cash. Idiot.
Kohl's, yeah, exactly. Earrings from Kohl's store January 14th. The officer says they handcuffed Reamer and put her in the back seat of the cruiser. Police say they believe she then squeezed through an opening in the partition that wasn't latched and crawled into the front
Holy
seat
fuck.
before zooming off.
She's like the Harry Houdini of like thieves
Yeah.
or something.
Police say she led officers on a nearly 10-mile chase before she smashed into a hillside and jumped out of the car.
I mean, obviously she can't steer very well.
Still handcuffed. Reamer's attorney says she didn't intend to hurt anyone.
I didn't want to hurt anyone. I just wanted some sweet earrings from Kohl's. Kohl's doesn't even have anything that's that worth stealing. It's not like it's Zales or
Yeah.
like I don't know. It's not like it's probably cubic zirconium.
Yeah, first. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's probably
I
not
don't think
even
they have
real.
anything that's that expensive.
That would be really cool because then having the irony of that she went she not only got arrested stealing cubic zirconium earrings, but she also stole a police car and destroyed said police car by crashing into a hill, which means she has to pay for the whole thing.
I would feel bad to be the cop who was like, well, I left it unlatched, but what kind of crazy fucking slug person's going to make it through that thing?
Right.
And then there she is, weaseling her way through it.
Yeah, she is. Yep.
Good Lord.
Mm-mm-mm.
Crazy people.
Well, you know how they say lightning doesn't strike twice, right?
Well, in the same place. It does strike
Right.
a lot of times, though, in one thunderstorm.
Lightning never strikes twice, ever, anywhere.
It only ever struck once. That was when the world was
A
created.
long time ago.
That
So
was when Moses was like, God,
so
check out this
Moses,
burning
I hope
bush."
you saw that because I can't do it again. Laws of physics prevent me. So lightning doesn't strike the same place twice, but two small planes ran out of fuel and crash landed in the Pacific Ocean off Hawaii on the same day.
Wow.
With one briefly nosediving before leveling out and drifting down to the water beneath a massive parachute. The 5 people aboard the plane survived after dramatic rescues, authorities said.
Wait. Did you tell me the pilot ditched these people?
No. When it crashed, yeah.
Oh,
Two planes. This plane crashed, and a little bit later, this plane crashed.
right
And then
next to them?
they were like within the proximity of one another.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, God, I'm so glad I survived. What the hell was that?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like the only thing like if you spin out on the road during an ice storm, the worst thing you can see is another car coming towards you. So it's the same sort of thing.
They're like, hey, guys,
Yeah.
we just had the same thing happen to
Yep.
us. And they're like, hey, I guess we're not alone.
It's all right. I know what you've been through. So the National Transportation Safety Board said Monday it is investigating the separate incidents which occurred Sunday. One of the planes, a single-engine aircraft carrying only a pilot, crash landed about 250 miles off of Maui. The other plane was carrying around 4 people and went down several miles to the side of Oahu, which is those are right there by each other. So NTSB investigator John Cawthra said both planes sank. He didn't.
Mothra.
Yeah.
He said,
Godzilla investigator Mothra says.
Godzilla brought those planes down.
Yeah, he did.
Mothra was there to clean up.
Shooting fire at him.
He's like, Mothra hungry.
Yeah.
I'm going to investigate this crash and have dinner.
So dramatic Coast Guard videos show the plane carrying just a pilot, Cirrus SR-22, traveling from California to Maui. As it releases its parachute, the plane drops nose first. And then
Yeah, the
levels
guy,
out
I saw the
and
picture.
plops
He
into the sea.
dishes out and he just, he's like, fuck this plane because he ran out of fuel.
Yeah,
He couldn't make it.
yeah.
So you would think he would glide it down, but he was like, you know what? I'm not going to bother with that. Just like in a car where you're like, I'm careening out of control. I'm just going to dive out.
Just gonna tuck and roll.
Just tuck and roll that shit.
Let's see here. Parachutes are standard equipment for an SR-22, and all other aircraft manufactured by Duluth, Minnesota-based Cirrus Aircraft, according to the company's spokesman Ben Kowalski.
I don't know if more Kowalski.
Yeah. He said the parachutes have been deployed on Cirrus aircrafts in 51 incidents, and they're responsible for saving a total of 104 lives,
Wow.
including the pilot in Sunday's crash. Kowalski said he was not at liberty to identify the pilot, the plot of the pilot, an agent who was en route to Australia to deliver the aircraft to its owner, Pablo Escobar.
Where's my cocaine? I'll build it. I'm sorry, boss. I'm sorry.
You are not filmmaking.
Well, now, wouldn't that be just as terrifying a prospect to parachute out of a crashing plane as it would be to crash with the plane? Because when you go back down into the water, you're about to go into the water with a humongous like death net
Right.
that's gonna suck you down
Yeah,
underneath of it.
Yeah,
So,
you
like,
gotta dive
gotta,
out.
You gotta be like, just like release it when you hit the water. But then you're in the ocean.
Right.
You're in the ocean. So how are you gonna ever get out of there? Like what's the plan of action, man?
That's it.
You don't die in a crash. That's what's next.
These are the
They found
questions.
him.
They did. They did
I
find
don't know
him.
how they found him.
Well, I
It
guess
didn't go into detail about that.
I guess they tracked the plane as it was going down, and then by the time Coast Guard got out
They're
there,
like, oh, that guy's not gonna make it.
keep going, just keep going. I'm over here.
Sharks will get him.
Faster.
Did you say something?
So here's another interesting story, Matt. We're gonna go to Florida.
Oh, the old FL.
On Saturday night, several eyewitnesses in 3 Florida locations reported seeing an unusual group of lights in the sky.
Oh, we got UFOs.
Cocoon.
thought that was
Sometimes, yeah, I thought that was yours. Sometimes forming a gliding triangle pattern. At approximately 6:35, YouTuber Jennifer She saw three lights.
She saw
Yeah,
three
yeah,
lights.
SCHEE. She
She
saw three lights above a West Palm Beach, Florida highway. The red arrows in the image above point to two of those lights behind a road sign. And so I'll show you the lights there. Red arrows.
Oh wow! There's a couple of lights. Well, were they moving around or something?
Apparently. She then captured the bright aerial orbs on a videotape on her phone. I saw the first one and it disappeared over the ocean. Then I saw three in the video. Then there were two that came that I have in another video. Then another, then another. And they all followed the same path and they all disappeared over the ocean up in the sky, not
it
down
be-
over the horizon.
Oh, they disappeared up into the sky. You think it could be like, flight testing or military testing or
there's
something?
plenty. If she's saying that they all follow the same pattern, that's indicative of it being something else.
Oh, so that's not the way they conduct like military.
Well, no. I
Flight
mean,
tests
like
or something?
Other than a UFO. Well, for her, it's
something
a UFO.
besides a UFO.
Yeah, because if it's following the same pattern, that means it has a trajectory. So if it's something flying in pattern, like a bunch of jets or something like whatever, then they're all going to be taking their own paths to keep that shape, sort of thing. So it's most likely something else, but it's still very interesting. Another UFO scaper commentary, Mark Testerman, wrote that he and others saw unusual lights about a half hour after She's sighting, and 170 miles
Tester
northwest.
man, she.
Yeah,
I feel like the conspiracy is in the names of
it
these
is
people.
building, my friends.
This man and she both said,
yeah, it's getting dangerous. See, if my computer wasn't so slow, I would cue up the
Star Trek music?
No, the X-Files
Oh.
music. So we saw these same red lights tonight, but we saw 12 in all in a jagged line in Lakeland, Florida. We didn't video it while we were driving. They were heading in a south direction, then just turned and headed back to the other direction. I was glad I caught this on tape. On the surface, with limited further details, the objects seemed characteristic of Chinese lanterns.
Chinese lanterns.
There you go.
It was Chinese lanterns all
Yep.
on a string.
Yep.
Sorry. That doesn't sound convincing enough to me to be anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah. That's the thing. That happens a lot. Like there was a I forget what the name of the program was, but they were testing like all these different footage, like all this UFO footage that they were going around the world and getting all these, like the ones that are supposed to be classic, and recreating them.
Okay.
So like essentially there was this one where there were lights that were in the sky and they followed down over this military base, and they ended up being flares that got dropped out of a plane, and they tested it by actually flying a plane over and dropping flares and standing around the same vantage point, and it looked exactly the same as the footage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
Chinese lanterns the same, because basically it's just a light box that's made out of rice paper and bamboo or balsa wood, and then a candle in it, and then the candle, the heat from it makes it lift off the ground. So the higher it goes, the oxygen, the candle eventually burns out. So the light gets dimmer and dimmer and dimmer until it burns out, and then the lantern just falls.
yeah, so it's like it looks like it goes up.
So it looks like it goes up and
then it's
disappears because it's nighttime.
Right.
So that's why nighttime UFO sightings are usually very problematic. But so here's the next one. There's another thing that's problematic. This is the headline. I'm going to read it for you. It's fake butt doctors plead guilty.
Oh no, not the fake butt doctors. Are that the people like putting concrete and stuff in people's asses?
We'll see. Hopefully, this Florida couple has erupted their last keister.
Oh god.
Here we go.
Oh my god. No.
Bogus butt doctors Samela and Pedro Hernandez, Mr. Martinez, Samela and Pedro Hernandez
Martinez.
pleaded guilty to practicing medicine without a license Thursday.
Oh,
NBC
crap.
Miami
Back alley
reports
doctors.
that the Hialeah, Florida couple will serve 2 years of house arrest with permission to leave for work plus payment of restitution.
You're staying at home unless you have a back alley fucking surgery to perform.
Yeah. Then you need to get there quickly. People are paying good money. The couple were arrested in December 2012 after an investigation revealed they had run an illegal clinic out of their home. There, they gave clients posterior injections of a dangerous silicone-based solution imported from Colombia that is banned in the U.S. because it has been found to cause cancer. Butt cancer.
Oh no.
Local 10 reported at the time. One of their clients tipped off detectives when the implants that Hernandez gave her became deformed and sensitive. According to
I gotta
the police.
sag it, touch it, butt.
Yeah, it's just don't touch it. Just
What am I
don't
gonna
look at
do?
it. The couple's lawyer insisted that the most of the couple's clients were satisfied with the procedures, even though they were illegal. Samela Hernandez had worked in the thriving buttocks implant market in Colombia. He told the Miami Herald, one of the hundreds of patients. I got a little butt tied there. One of the hundreds of patients, only one person came forward to complain. Everyone else was
Some
satisfied.
guy stuck
with
a
their
needle in my
posteriors.
butt.
Yeah.
In a back alley, and I don't like it.
Why did it have to happen?
If you're going to this shady butt doctor to get your butt implants,
Mm-hmm.
like, what are you going to expect that it's something quality? Who does butt implants, anyways? You gotta go.
There's
You gotta
a lot
go
of
to
people who do.
California, like with
Yeah.
all the fucking pro, plastic surgeons and stuff. Like those crazy people.
You can do that. There's a lot of that back alley stuff that gets done, though.
I mean, those people are fucking. Man, I don't know who would, in the right mind, would want something like that so badly that they would go to some chop shop doctor, get their fucking ass implanted. It's fucking stupid.
If they want,
Is it
bad
Kim
enough-
Kardashian's fault? Can we blame it on her?
Probably.
Is it her? Because I really want to blame it on her.
I would say it's a safe bet that
I
it's
feel
Kim
like
Kardashian's
Everything
fault.
in the world we can blame on Kim Kardashian and Kanye West.
Just about
Can we blame all of our problems on them?
Kanye West.
Kimye, Northwest and their
Yeah.
little fucking compass baby.
Right.
I don't need to know what direction you're in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just tell me so I can stay away from it.
Yeah. You show me where you are so I can be not there.
I'm going southeast.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
It's my baby's name. That's right.
Southeast.
Exact opposite.
Daddy, why is my name Southeast? Because fuck Kanye West and
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
That's why.
Speaking of fucking, here's when it comes to sex-related injuries, Matt, among men, penile fractures are rare yet painful.
Oh, I always worry about that. That's so
It's-
scary.
It is very.
Is it not like the scariest thing? Like you just like you're going,
Uh,
and then all of a sudden, like something turns a little wrong, and then you feel like and then you're like, oh God, no.
get the stub dick.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's an unfortunate
it's not something you want to run into. It's
course of
really-
action. Yeah. It's basically it's where you hold on to the hips and be like, you're not gonna fucking go anywhere.
It's like a matter of like,
I'm terrified and you're not moving.
well, this is good enough, isn't it?
You stop it. You stop moving. Stop that
I'm having a
gyrating.
good time. Stop it.
Yeah. But yes. So
It's rare but painful.
Yes.
Is this the headline? Is this what the story's about?
no.
Okay.
I don't think so.
There's more
But-
to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's more to it. But yeah, so essentially the process of there's two things to worry about when it comes to aggressive intercourse. One is penile fracture, which is where you
Lawsuits.
aggressive
hurt a
intercourse,
lot.
aka rape. No, but the the process of penile fracture is somewhere along the shaft getting bent. But
Right.
then you also run the risk because there's two tendons that connect at the hip bones that go down and they essentially form a pelvic sling,
Yeah.
and so they can also get torn,
Oh.
and that's bad
Whoa.
news.
I
So
would not want to have that happen.
anyhow,
How the hell does that happen?
just basically like if you're at an angle where your genitalia is bent down,
Okay.
okay, while it's erect, because it does go inside of your body.
Right.
It's you have the portion that actually sits at the base of your where your right in front of your tailbone.
So you're
that
saying
curls up.
it's down
So
like that? or
It goes. So basically, since it goes inside your body and out like this, and then the two. Let's see. So here we have this here, and then this part's on the inside, this part's on the outside, and the tendons come down and sort of cradle it there.
Yeah.
So if you're on a downward angle like that, and it gets bent further, then those tendons can snap.
Oh, so if you go down, like
Yeah.
like
so-
you flush it like a plunger.
Right.
almost, like,
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
you can
shit.
get some problems there.
Ooh, but that's got to be really hard. That's got to be difficult to do.
Not if they're inflamed. If you're going at it that way for a while, or if you're
I
if
feel
you
like
have
that would be a very
pre-existing
awkward,
injuries.
like an awkward position to be in.
Yeah, usually the only way that I've ever seen or experienced that being the position of insertion is if you're standing and the other person has their face on the ground and their knees on the ground and their ass in the air. Yeah. So, but
that's probably
yeah.
that's true.
But
But
anyhow,
you naturally you want to straighten it out. Like
Right.
your body wants to straighten it
right.
out. 'cause-
But in the event that you can't,
You're standing straight up, you're like,
because otherwise
attention.
you'd be like
yeah.
planking all the time.
Woo! Take a picture of this, put it on Facebook.
Yeah. But so now researchers say they know which positions are likeliest to result in those penile fractures.
Oh, okay, so this is going to answer the question.
This will help us out. Researchers reviewed records from 3 hospitals over a 13-year period in Campinas, Brazil, a city of roughly 3 million people. Let's see. In April, the paper published it's attracting plenty of attention. They wrote that the cowgirl, when the woman is on top of the man, was responsible for half of the penile fractures. And that's because the woman's not necessarily being cognizant of
It's a scary position.
Yes. And especially for those gentlemen who are not as well endowed, poor fellows, if you bounce too high and your hips shift back a little bit, then your pubic bone comes down right on top of it.
Oh.
Yeah, and so that's one of the classic examples. And then if your hips shift slightly forward, then
then
then she gets a little surprise. So yeah. Then let's see here. Then when was responsible for half of the blah, blah, blah. Yes, the second worst offender was doggy style, responsible of 29%, while the traditional missionary position had been assumed in 21% of the fractures. So yeah, doggy style can also happen. The problem with that is that if somebody is not aware that they have to arch their back essentially, because then their hips are rotated, and where their pelvic bone connects is essentially you're sort of bending over top of that.
You don't want to fucking do that.
And that's bad news, because if they buck their hips at all there, then it just snaps.
That noise, I don't know how you just made that noise, but that was like the
very
noise.
accurate.
What you hear? It's like this quiet swooshing, crunching sound.
Yeah. It's a sound
internal.
of pain. Yeah.
Oh no.
Still, penile fractures are rare, so much so that there isn't really a known statistic for the injury. Over 13 years of hospital records in Campinas.
Campinas.
Only a total of 42 men had the condition confirmed after clinical radiological and surgical evaluations. As a side note, 28 of those 42 fractures occurred during heterosexual sex, 4 during homosexual sex, and 6 due to penile manipulation.
Oh, like
and 4
self
and 4 in an unclear circumstances.
It's all twisted around like a lamp, and he's like, "How the hell did this happen?"
Doc, you wouldn't believe the story if I told you. There were some lights when I was visiting Florida. I woke up like this.
Just fix
My
it, all
dick's a
right?
curly straw now. So
It shoots out sideways now, Doc. What am I supposed to do?
researchers surmise that when the woman is on top, she usually controls the movement of her entire body weight, landing on the erect penis, not being able to interrupt it when the penis suffers the wrong manipulation. Yeah, there you go.
That really scares me. Like that kind of like you're kind of helpless in that way. You have to really like
Yeah, you have to
protect yourself.
be cognizant.
Like,
Yeah.
don't you fucking turn
Yeah,
those
right.
hips like
Yeah.
that because you're gonna break my dick right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And like it's always like, oh, it's fine, I got it. And I'm like, no, you don't.
Yeah. No,
I feel my dick breaking right now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
You hear that noise? That's the noise of broken dick right there. Ow.
Just flopping in the wind.
Doesn't
after that.
heal back up.
Yeah, that's got to be really bad. I mean, like it's probably just like a sprain or like unless you tear that tendon, in which case you're gonna need like surgery or something.
Well,
I don't know how you
yeah,
fix that.
yeah. I don't know that they can necessarily, depending upon where the tendon snaps.
So you got like a dick flopping
Well,
on the side.
they-
You're
a lot of-
I'm so
a lot
hard
of-
right now.
for a while.
It's like all like really trying that to get to that side, but it's pushing so hard.
It's essentially what they when they used to do penile enlargement surgeries. That's all they did. They would snip those tendons because then more of your dick would hang
More
out
dick
of
would-
your body because it would hang down as opposed to straight out. But it didn't actually make it any longer. It was just more was exposed. So it has happened, and there are people who have volunteered to have that happen to them. You know, obviously under anesthetic or anesthesia,
Ugh.
anesthetic. But anyhow.
So they can cut him. I mean, does it
Yes.
impair the function of your?
Well, it makes it a little less sturdy, essentially,
So
because
it's all like
right, yeah, because then basically at that point there's nothing to control the position where like you can hands free do
it's
it.
like
And,
throwing a rock as opposed to slingshotting it now. Where you're just like
kind of it's sort of
dropping the
it's
rock.
the
like-
difference. It's the difference between throwing a javelin from the middle of the pole and just sort of flipping it into the air. Yeah. But yeah. So let's
gotta be so bad.
let's move on to our last story here. Who sort of actually no, we're going to do one more.
Okay.
But we'll do this one. This sort of ties it together. If you recall the young lady who fooled the internet with her triple breasts.
Oh yeah,
Remember
yeah. We
from
just
last
talked
year?
about this. Yeah.
Well, she probably doesn't have 3 breasts, but now she does have a DUI charge.
Oh,
Jasmine Tridevil. That was her name.
try
Jasmine Tridevil, the 21-year-old who once claimed she had gotten cosmetic surgery to obtain a 3rd breast, was arrested on DUI charges in Tampa, Florida on Monday morning. Of course, most people wouldn't care about the alleged drunk driving if Tridevil, whose real name is Alicia Jasmine Hessler,
Hustler.
had not, I'm in that movie, had not already achieved internet notoriety for her outrageous triple-boobed
I got
claims.
3 boobs. I'm drunk.
Yeah. Back in September, Tridevil told media outlets she spent about $20,000 on the surgery to make herself less attractive to men. Photos from the interview shows Tridevil's middle breast to be totally different color than those on either side and to look more like a stuffed nylon sock than anything covered in human skin.
What she didn't know was that drunken mugshot will make her the most unattractive to men.
That's right. There you go.
And now she's found her repellent finally.
Well, finally, she's...
I hate men. I wish I could be unattractive to them. I'll make a 3rd boob. I'll spend $20,000 on a nasty, flappy, extra boob.
Suddenly she's turned like into an 80-year-old woman.
She's Moses
She's
Tridevil. Grandma Moses Tridevil.
That's it. Well, we'll tie everything together with our exotic trips across the world here, across the states.
Okay.
Police in a Mexican border city said Wednesday that a drone overloaded with methamphetamine crashed into a supermarket parking lot. How great is this?
Oh my god.
Drug dealers are using drones to deliver their drugs now.
Wow. How the hell do they get their hands on that kind of stuff?
Tijuana police spokeswoman Jorge Morera.
Spokeswoman?
The
Jorge?
spokesman.
Jorge, that's quite a name.
Jorge Morera.
That's like saying this lady right here's name is George.
This is Dave, the policewoman of the county. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Said authorities were alerted after the drone fell Tuesday night near the San Ysidro crossing at Mexico's border with California. 6 packets of drugs weighing more than 6 pounds were taped to the 6-propellered 666
the number of the beast.
Controlled aircraft. Mora says authorities are investigating where the flight originated and who was controlling it. He said it was not the first time he had seen drones used for smuggling drugs across the border. Other innovative efforts have included catapults, ultralight aircraft, and tunnels. In April, authorities in South Carolina, had found a drone outside the fences of a prison that had been carrying cell phones, marijuana, and tobacco into the facility.
I mean, when you have technology and you have something that's as useful and diverse as like a drone, it's only a matter of time before people use it for subversive, means. Yeah. So I mean, it's a pretty clever way of transporting drugs. It's a drone,
right?
Probably flies lower than the airspace, like the monitored airspace. So you can strap a bunch of drugs on it, fly the little thing over to wherever you need to go, drop it in, and
good to go.
Boom, good to go. Don't even have to worry about the fucking mules.
That's it. No mules necessary. You don't have to worry about the bags popping inside of them. Nothing. You just fly those bitches right where they're going.
I would take that.
It's perfect.
That beats the hell out of being a fucking drug mule.
There you go.
I'd rather not have a bunch of drugs pop in my anus. Oh, God, now I'm going to die.
That's it. That's how it goes.
Do they get paid really well?
Drug mules?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think they get paid at all.
They don't get paid at all?
I don't think so.
No way.
Sometimes maybe, but for the most part, they just work for the cartels.
They must get paid something.
Not
for working for the
not
cartels.
dying is their payment.
Well, you didn't die. Now, Don Eladio is very happy with that. Thank you. I get to live another day.
You, but now that you have brought him drugs, he will be satiated. So you do not have to die.
He loves your anus drugs. He snorts them constantly in the smell of your feces.
Don Pedro says your butt drugs are the best. Not like the butt people who got arrested the other day. In conclusion, bring more butt drugs.
Stick more drugs in your butt.
And on that wonderful note, I suppose we'll wrap it up for this week.
All right.
Until next time, this is the Kickstart with Matt. And this is, what are we playing here?
We are playing a band called The Reign of Kindo. And the song is called Needle and Thread.
Needle and Thread.
It's a wonderful band. Enjoy the music. Check them out if you like them.
If you don't like them, don't check them out.
No, check them out anyway, you fuckers. Have a great week.
You too.
So clearly, there was summer in the air and fading twilight in the sky for both of us to share. But I knew something wasn't right, 'cause when I looked into her eyes, I saw them staring right through mine. Then I realized in a moment lost in time, when the tears rolled down my eyes, she pulled the wool right over mine. And I thought, oh, what a fool of me, made the simplest of lies, and my heart believed every looking for me in bed, but the night she left me lying on the floor while I play. It's such a shame for everything we used to know, and all the time we spent about the future. The seeds of every dream we used to share has been trampled down by your reckless heart. Ooh. Which brings me back to the days that followed that long night. After all the bitter tears were cried and dawn had broke the spell of all it had transpired. With my broken heart in hand, I did my best to understand how I could ever trust again. To never love, to have loved and lost it all. It's such a shame for